You hear that? Used to be that's all you could hear around these parts come night time. Now people gotta have their noise. Quiet makes them uneasy, nervous. Place like this, life like this, world like this, disappearing mighty fast. Late August, 1969. Suburbs, strip malls, technology, everything made out of concrete and steel. Nothing made out of wood anymore. Nobody knows how to slow down, appreciate what surrounds them. Some places, though, you could still catch a hint of it if you stopped and paid attention. The way the world used to be before old Tom Edison jazzed it all up with his electricity, or Henry Ford got his automobiles coughing black smoke into the air you breathe. Some places seem kind of like caught in time, like a bumblebee in amber. Well, you could see what was coming, but the essence was still there. A place like Natchitoches County, Louisiana, late August, 1969.
you doing today? How many?
Give me 10, Earl.
10?
When's the drawing?
Tomorrow about 3 o'clock, Ambrose Place.
Well, sound me a lucky one.
Today's all lucky. You have a good day now.
But it's too hard to hide. I'm not over you, not over you. Never thought a memory could take.
Can't sell you any more tickets, Grover. You took 20 from me last week and 20 the week before that. You still ain't paid me for none of it.
Oh, come on, Earl. I get me a big old check from the United States government this Thursday. And plus, look at this. That's my daddy's lucky horseshoe. Been hanging up over the outhouse door up at the house pert near on 37 years now. I got this. I can't lose.
Grover, your daddy's barn burnt down 2 times the last year. I don't see how you call that lucky.
Yeah, you see? And the horseshoe's still here. It's lucky, I tell you, it's lucky. You just sell me 10 more of those tickets, Earl, and I'm telling you, I'll pay you back everything. I'll clean up for sure.
Okay, Grover, I'll sell your 10 tickets, but if you ain't paid me by Friday, you're going to have to answer to Chester, not to me. And
Okay.
Chester ain't going to want to hear nothing about your daddy's horseshoe.
All right, Earl, I understand.
Okay, you have a good day now, cheer.
Thanks, Earl. See you next time.
I know, but it will take some time. I'm not over you, not over you. I'm not over you, not over you. Good afternoon, Louisiana. It's Country Bob Crawford on WKRN Baton Rouge. Folks, it's 98 degrees out there, so we all sure hope that y'all sitting in the shade somewhere, maybe by the fishing hole, nursing a cold one. I'll have Farm Report in a couple of minutes, but in the meantime, here's Rockin' Billy on WKRN Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well, I see her at the bar just about once a week, and as she takes my order, I try to think of ways to speak. She's the ray of sunshine that I crane my neck to see.
What, you got a couple more there, Earl? Got 10 more. But old Grover, he running up a bill. You've been gone too long with that boy as it is. Oh, I got him on the run now.
Looks like you got yourself a real customer this time, Earl.
You know, one of you fellers could sit out a hand once in a while here.
No, I got it, man. Don't worry about it. I'm always doing your work for you.
Yeah, isn't that?
What'll it be, mister?
$2 after, my good man.
Yeah, that's a nice car. A good friend of mine, UB Willis, got a car just like that.
Oh, thank you very much. Fine automobile.
That'll be $2, man.
Say, could you break a 20?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Nice day, eh?
It's all right.
Oh, say, I just saw the 2 singles I had here in the ashtray. I'd rather have my 20 back if you don't mind. Here's your 18, my 20, and the $2 for the gas, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hey, wait a minute. That old man. Hey, I had 2 5s. Get over here.
What?
results that the night will never show. And this train don't go no place, so I'm glad that I packed my bags with the things that I can take with me and an extra set of rags. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get some relief from something they felt deep inside, something much more than belief. And off in the distance, they heard that whistle blow with the 99 promises of where they just might go.
Oh, well, good day, gentlemen. What a pleasant surprise. How can I be of service?
You can start, sir, by giving us our $10 back.
$10? $10, you say? Why, I'm mortified to admit I don't have a dollar to my name at the present moment. However, if I had the $10, I would surely lend it to you.
Lend it to us?
Sure.
Mister, we know what you done, and you're gonna give us our money, or you're gonna spend the rest of your life eating corn mush.
Well, sir, honestly, all I have on me is a little bit of change. Why, if your friend lost his $10, I don't see how that translates into something that pertains to me.
One of them quick change guys. You talk so fast I can hardly think.
Shut up, Gooch. Mister, you're gonna cough up that money, or we're gonna beat it out of you. I'm the law in this part of Natchitoches County, and we don't take kindly to that kind of larceny being done to law-abiding folk.
Well, it seems that your law-abiding folks prefer the lottery scam.
Why, you...
It's a fine scam indeed, sir, as long as you remember that you have to be more intelligent than your marks.
Well, don't you let my good girl catch her again. Says she may shoot you, may cut and stab you too. Ain't no telling what she might do.
Man, what'd you do to make them boys so angry?
I beat him out of $8 and 4 gallons of gas.
What? Fair and square?
No. Crooked as the Mississippi. Oh, boy, nobody gets more exercised at being swindled than the swindlers. Those guys got something going in this town, and they don't want no outsiders like me interfering. But the situation right for harvesting. Bunch of dishonest men with a bucket full of money and a town full of suckers.
You mean you ain't leaving?
Why do them that favor, boy? Say, you ain't relations to him, are you?
No, I ain't relations with him. But those guys know you now. Sheriff's deputy ain't gonna forget about you.
That old boy is too greedy and too pig ignorant to know much about anything. All that money washing around this town may as well be ours as anyone's. And besides, I could bear to eat a little better, too.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I ain't eaten a decent meal in 3 days.
John Pendergast, dispenser of justice to the greedy and to the ignorant.
Is that what you call it?
Yep.
Well, I'm Bobby Taylor. Well, I'm serious, Mr. Pendergast. That sheriff's deputy's a pretty tough customer.
Well, I'd rather be smart than tough. So what are you running from, boy?
What makes you think I'm running?
Well, if they're chasing you, I'd like to figure you're obliging their interest by running.
I ain't obliging nobody. By choice.
Well, you ain't from here, you got no food, you ain't got no roof over your head, and you seem to be looking over your shoulder more than what's ahead of you.
So?
So I think you and me are in the same situation here.
What's that, old man?
Why, you know, kings of the road.
I slugged the sheriff up in Natchez.
The sheriff?
I was out with my buddies one night, just walking around, and I hear this alarm go off. And this guy runs out of this store right in front of me. Plows into me full on.
Full on?
By the time I get up off my butt, there's Sheriff Galt standing over me, looking at all that fishing gear that guy dropped.
Your lucky day, huh?
Far from it. My friend's long gone. The thieves long gone. Me and Sheriff don't like each other much anyway. I tried to explain.
So you laid him out and took off, huh?
Busted his nose, I heard.
A technical retreat, Robert. No harm in that. The truth be told, moving on, limit your exposure to all the games people engage in, especially the ones you don't see at first. Mighty peaceful, boy.
Sure is.
Good choice.
Thank you.
The way I see it here, we're sitting relaxing around this beautiful lake.
Well, out in the fresh air.
And we got food in our bellies. Anything a man could reasonably want.
Or need.
Yeah. That sheriff of yours, he's sitting at home, can't blow his nose because it's busted. And that deputy of mine's dragging his no-account pals back to his car right now.
Come tomorrow, they'll be sore all over.
So who comes out ahead between us, huh? You know, people's always expecting too much of things. You keep your expectations simpler, and you'll be happier and less disappointed.
Yeah, that's my problem, all right. High expectations. And I got about 60 cents in my pocket and the shirt on my back to show for it.
Well, don't be silly, boy. You got your health, your strength, and your wits about you. You got your freedom. You got endless possibilities. You can sit back tonight, decide to do anything you want to do, and tomorrow, when you wake up, you can just go out and do it.
Maybe I'll go back and kill those 2 turncoat pals of mine. Knowed them all my life. And they run out on me like that. That's what bothers me the most.
That's just self-interest, boy. Don't know why that should surprise you. People are greedy and stupid whenever you get the opportunity.
I can't believe all people are like that.
You done me a good turn back there, and you didn't know me from Adam.
Well, I saw somebody who needed help.
Well, I can thank you from here to Judgment Day, and you still don't know whether I would return the good turn I owe you. You don't know, and further, I don't know.
How can you live with people? We're all cynical like you are.
You don't have to live with people if you ain't cut out to it. Live between them, in the cracks, in the spaces. Touch the world lightly. That way it doesn't have a chance to get a hold of you like it's done.
Well, I just want to be happy.
Well, I'm happy, lad, but I don't expect much out of people. When I run into someone who does act decently, I can truly appreciate the fine human being it's been my pleasure to meet. And you know, return the favor, circumstances permitting. Tell you what, boy, I'm going to prove it to you. I've been watching these guys for a while, and I got me an idea. They haven't done it in a while because it takes 2 to pull it off. We can extract some justice from these people and feed ourselves in the process.
Is this gonna cause trouble? I don't know. But I guess I What are we doing here anyway?
Well, we're looking for something of questionable value. I thought I saw an old junkyard on the way in. We ought to be able to find something there.
How does this all supposed to work?
Oh, you'll see, son. This is a classic kind that was taught to me by Joseph Weil. Have you heard that name before?
Can't say that I have.
Well, Joe Weil was known as the Yellow Kid. He was the greatest con man I ever knew or heard about. The genius of his work was using the mark's own greed against him.
What's a mark? What does that mean?
Well, a mark is a kind of a guy that's greedy. He thinks he sees an opportunity to take advantage of someone, but then we turn the tables on him. The con wouldn't work with an honest man. Why, in Weil's day, many people in companies was cheating folks or bad off because of depression. But you try to cheat the Yellow Kid, and you come out on the short end.
What did he do with all that money?
Well, he enjoyed it, of course. Other people then was looking up to people like him, Dillinger, Clyde Barrow, that Bonnie Parker girl. Why, way back even Jesse James. Because they took from the folks who had taken it from them. It ain't much different now. The rich take from the poor, smart take the dumb, and the strong take the weak.
Did you know all those guys?
Yeah, I ran into all of them once or twice in my travels. But that was a long, long time ago. Well. I was right, boy.
Hey, you knew John Dillinger?
Yeah, I knew John Dillinger. Yeah. But my real teacher was the Yellow Kid. I spent a lot of years with him. He was the best.
Hey, I guess if you stayed with Dillinger, you'd be dead by now.
Oh, I suppose so. But you know, the kid never carried a gun. He thought if you had to resort to gunplay, it was just being slumpy. Never did time, nothing to speak of. I was real young then. Your age or so, I guess. Aha! Eureka! This will do just fine.
Well, that's a worthless piece of junk.
You be surprised, son, how much worth you get out of this piece of junk, huh?
Sure.
Remind me to pick up a set of strings when we get to town.
Mister, can I get myself a cold beer here?
Son, you'll give me one of them there cardiac arrests. What'd you say you wanted?
Cold beer, mister.
Cold beer? All right, I guess you want.
You say you love to listen to the music of a jukebox with a honky-tonky sound.
Say, you play that thing?
No. That was Grandpa's. Just came back from his funeral down in Baton Rouge. Don't expect it's worth anything. He never had nothing that was worth much. This must have sat in his attic for years.
I used to play one of those there things when I was a kid.
Well, heck, why'd you stop?
Well, let me tell you, got myself married.
Never had much interest in music myself. Suppose I'll sell it. Well, I'm trying to get me up to Chicago. Got a job waiting for me.
Say, mind if I take a look at that there?
No, sure. Papa used to tell me about all the crazy stuff they did. Mama didn't like to hear about it much, though.
I was wondering, just, what you been asking for?
Oh, heck. I don't know. $100 maybe?
Wife would beat my butt. Tell you, this here guitar's a wonderful thing to attract a woman. But you marry that woman, guitar's got to go.
Listen, I got some things I gotta do in town here. Do you mind if I leave it here while I run around? I'll be about an hour.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you go ahead and break that down the street. You can pay when you get back. How's that sound?
Sure. Thanks. I'll be back in a little while.
Sounds good. We're looking forward to it.
Thanks,
Take care
mister.
now.
Howdy, sir. How are you?
How you doing today?
Oh, it's pretty warm out there. Slow day?
Oh, had better, sure enough.
Well, it's early yet. Some people still working on their hangovers. Only one cure for a hangover, guaranteed to work.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, why, don't stop drinking, man. Don't stop ever.
I heard that.
With that in mind, I'll have a cold one.
Sure, let me get you one. There you go.
Say. What do you have in here?
Oh, just some old guitar is all.
Do you play?
Well, used to a little bit.
Mind if I take a look?
Oh, help
I
yourself
used to
there.
play a little. I have some knowledge of musical instruments.
Oh, ain't nothing but an old box, I think.
My, sir, if my eyes don't deceive me, you got yourself a genuine Tisco Del Rey. Made about 1958, 59.
Oh, it ain't nothing but a piece of junk. It don't even play right.
Well, it has seen better days, sure enough. Well, with a little work. Say, I know a luthier in New Orleans who can repair this guitar.
Oh, heck, we got us a whole church full of Lutherans right down the street. Ain't none of them can fix that
A
guitar.
luthier, sir. Luthier is a fellow who makes the guitars.
Oh, okay.
You know, I suppose he might get $1,000 for this. Kids up north are crazy about these Del Reys.
$1,000.
Yeah, I'm going to New Orleans in a couple days. Tell you what, I'll give you $300 for it right now, as is.
Yeah, but it's not. You actually think this here guitar is worth $300?
Might be worth a lot more if you were to get it up to Chicago. Listen, if you're agreeable, I'll get down to the bank this very minute, huh? What do you say?
Boy, I gotta think on that a little bit.
Hey there.
Hi. Hey, where's your guitar?
Oh, that wasn't my guitar. I was just returning it for someone.
Who's that?
I don't know. Hey, what's your name?
Billy. It's short for something I hate, see?
Billy's a good name. My name's Bobby. Hey, I gotta go now, brother. Well, maybe I'll see you again.
Baby.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you again.
Thanks a lot, mister.
Now, you just hold on there, young fella. You know, while he was gone, I was kind of plucking on this here thing. Brought back a lot of good memories, let me tell you. I was thinking about taking it up again. You say you take $100 for it?
I gotta get me up to that job in Chicago. You bet I'd take it.
Take $100 for this here guitar?
Yeah.
Is that right? Tell you what, you hang tight here for a minute. Get you one. Okay.
'Cause I'm born to ramble, and I ramble all the time. When evening comes, that's when I start to cry. The girl I love has gone and said goodbye. My broken heart
You be.
keeps telling me
Oh,
to
here's-
go. I'm born
Take it easy, mister.
Well, you take care of yourself down here.
where I do not know.
can't believe it. It was perfect. He fell for it hook, line, and sinker. You knew exactly what he'd do.
Yes, boy, of course.
That old weasel serves him right. Yeah.
Here, Connie, we'll take another 20 and get some necessities.
All right.
So, how'd you like your first taste?
Taste of what?
Satisfaction, my boy. You're higher than a kite right now. That's what you feel when you put one over on someone who deserves it.
Yeah. You're right. He deserved it. That son of a gun tried to take advantage of me.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, all right.
Don't you go off getting so self-righteous now. Ask yourself, would I have done anything different than he did? Huh? Don't worry about it, boy. Just means you're human. What would any other person you know have done? Homo sapien is a fallen creature.
Is everything all right here, folks?
Everything's just fine, Maribel. Oh, could you bring me out some more butter?
Oh, sure thing.
Hon, did you hear what happened in Joyce's column yet?
No, what? Well, you know that no-good husband of hers. Oh, isn't he the worst? Well, she caught him sneaking out last Wednesday night, so she followed him.
Martha, could you possibly spare us the news report until later? Mr. Blanchard don't care to hear such, especially on a fine Sunday morning. I swear those two would talk to the end of creation if you let them. Now, as I was saying, fellas, Mr. Blanchard represents AgCo Incorporation. And as you know, they have their new offices over in the old soda shop on River Avenue. Now, his company is the new owners of the old Henderson and Clark spreads. And they have held other holdings down in Sabine, too. Now, his company has the political resources, shall we say, down in Natchitoches and Baton Rouge, and the know-how to really get those old farms productive and back on the tax rolls again.
Pleased to meet you all. Our company will do all it can to be good citizens of the fine town of Rosalie.
Gentlemen, their company will indeed be good citizens.
Yes, and we're looking to expand our holdings, Mr. Beauchamp. Many of the farms in this county have been unprofitable. Now, this is no knock on the fine families that till them, but let's face facts. Agriculture is becoming an increasingly difficult business, and small plots are becoming impossible for anyone to maintain. But your county has valuable land, and it will become more valuable for all concerned under the control of Agricline. With our modern management techniques, we'll maximize output and therefore tax revenues.
See? Don't he talk just like one of them CEOs?
Yes, and all the shopkeepers in town, with all the employees we'll be bringing in and all the services we'll need, well, and the local businesses will benefit too. This county's population will double in the next 5 years, and they'll always remember who was mayor when that progress occurred.
But those was all small family farms you bought out. The Hendersons, the Clarks. Those folks been around Rosalie for more than 100 years.
Yes, and with all progress, there is some displacement, right?
Oh, come on now, Quinn. Those folks didn't have to sell. You can't stop progress. Now, if these fellas can come in here and turn those old farms into something worth something, well, then that's better off for all of us, including those families.
Some of those folks built this town before the war. And these speculators coming in, taking over.
Oh, come on now. Let's not let a little difference in philosophy spoil a beautiful day. Come on. Say, don't Millie's just make the finest hotcakes you ever had anywhere, Mr. Blanchard? I'll bet you don't get cakes like this up in the big city, huh?
No, sir, they do not. I'm sure our people will come to enjoy the simple pleasures your town has to offer.
And if you're looking for some entertainment, why, down at the Baker Hotel, we got the trophy room. Hangs right out over the water. I'll tell you what, I'll take you down there and introduce you around. Why, come Friday night, Big John Doan and his band will be playing. You like country western music, Mr. Blanchard?
Well, with your help, Your Honor, I'm sure I'll come to appreciate it in no time.
I'll tell you what, you surely can't beat Big John for a good old time. Ain't that right, Chester? 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 I said, ain't that right, Chester?
Yeah, best hotcakes in town.
I'm Tom Hill, and this is my son, Bobby. I understand your company's interested in buying property in Robley.
I'm Mr. Blanchard. Yes, I know your place.
Oh, you do, huh? Well, we've had it in the family for many generations. Call it the Primrose. Yeah. About 40 acres of prime farming land up by the sawmill, Mr. Blanchard.
Blanchard, let me find the paper. Hill Place. Ah, yes, here it is.
Mr. Blackburn?
Blanchard.
I put a lot of work into that farm over the years, me and my boy here.
Sure did.
And it's in real good shape, too. I think it's one of the best spreads in the county. Can't say I'm certain on selling it, but I thought I'd come by and see what it might be worth.
Certainly, not every landowner that we talk to ends up selling, but that don't mean we can't talk. As you know, Mr. Hill, many of the farms in this county have exchanged hands as of recent.
Yeah, a lot of them are out on assistance, too.
And what Agrico does depends entirely upon whether a farm is made available at a competitive price. I know your property is 40 acres. The going rate for a property that size is approximately $4,000.
$4,000? $4,000, you say? Sonny, come here.
What, Pa?
Do me a favor, look in my ear.
What?
Look good. Now, can you see right through my head?
No, Pa.
Thank you. Well, it seems, Mr. Binford...
Blanchard!
Seems that you think there's nothing between my ears. That farm is worth $20,000, sure.
I'm afraid, Mr. Hill, that's as far as I'm authorized to go. Agrico has a formula based on what an investment would be to make it pay for shareholders.
Paul, you can't sell the farm to this guy. Let's get out of here.
Be quiet, boy. Mr. Burnside, we don't really have a choice here, I guess. We're forced to take your offer. Now, if I sign over the deed today, would I have a couple of days to get my family and our belongings out of there?
Certainly, Mr. Hill. However, I wouldn't be able to give you any money until we actually take possession.
But I've got to pay the bank tomorrow, sir. There's no way I can have my things out before then. Otherwise, I'll just have to take my chances with the bankruptcy court.
Very well, Mr. Hill. I think I can do this for you. I'll give you $1,000 today for your deed. That should satisfy the bank for a day or two. Simply explain to them what we're doing. Then on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., I'll come out, give you the remaining balance, and take possession of your property. Is that satisfactory?
I guess that's fine, sir.
Excellent, Mr. Hill. Now, if you'll sign the deed.
Make sure you count that, Paul.
Then I guess we'll see you Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock sharp. Our men will get right to work. Thank you very much, Mr. Hill.
Mr. Blanchard?
Yes?
Thank you.
Well, if you ever down south, go down in Dixieland. Don't forget
Tom Hill, ma'am?
There's a man here to see you.
But you're not Tom Hill.
Well, I thought I was.
You know, maybe it's time we considered moving on to the next town, Pat. We got about $500 apiece. Besides, we're starting to get a bit of a reputation around here.
I don't know, Mr. Pendergast. This kind of life ain't exactly easy on the nerves. It's hard having my face rubbed into people's bad side all the time. Remember that bartender? You asked me if I would have done different than him. Well, I'd like to think that I would have cut the guy in on the deal.
Well, as you say, you'd like to think that. Fine and dandy. All God's children in church Sunday morning know what's right. You understand me, boy? Tell you what, son. Let's go for a ride. I've got something you should see.
A ride? We ain't even got no car.
Well, I know the location of a sweet little sedan that is just perfect.
How are you gentlemen doing in this fine afternoon?
Doing good. Doing fine. Doing fine.
Good,
Can't
good.
complain.
Well, me and my son saw you boys sitting over here, and I said to myself, John, these fellas might just appreciate a cold beer. Say, it's the middle of the afternoon. How come you're all sitting around here with the harvest has to be brought in?
We ain't farmers anymore.
You ain't farmers no more.
Don't hardly know no farmers. Money here used to be the biggest hog farmer in Natchitoches County. Used to sell up to 200 head a year up at the fair.
200 head a year?
Yes, sir. He used to sell lots of produce, too, what the family didn't eat. Now there ain't no fair. Sell the stock directly to the meat packers.
So why ain't you raising hogs no more?
Well, big companies are taking up all the hog farms and raising their own hogs.
They run them hogs with a lot of machines, and they're running around in white coats like doctors.
Once the meat packers raised their own hogs, that was the end of it.
Well, what do you do for money now?
Well, we're on assistance like all the rest of the farmers.
My family's been farming for 150 years, and my kids are off to the city. Say there's no future here, and they're right.
And what do you guys do all day long?
Well, I don't know about these gents, but I'm getting mighty good on this guitar.
Yeah, we sit around, play a little checkers, and drink a little beer, and if we got any money, we play the lottery.
Oh, don't worry about that. I ain't the law, but I do know that the lottery is illegal in Louisiana.
Last week, the kitty was worth more than $1,000. Eventually, we're gonna get it. That lottery's rigged 6 ways for Sunday. Oh, it ain't any, Virgil. We've got as good a chance as anyone.
Well, tell you what, you fellas enjoy the beers. We'll be on our way. I got some thinking to do.
Blues on in the ocean, blues on in the air. Can't stay here no longer, ain't got no steamship fare. When my earthly trials on, cast my body out in the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me.
Those used to be the heads of fine, solid families, boy. Strong, proud men who lived by the sweat of their backs. 3 times the men that Blanchard is. Tell you some words on paper. You know, there are people in the world who are takers. People like Blanchard, like his bosses. People like Chester. Well, they ain't evil. They're just selfish and ignorant. Against stupidity, the gods themselves contend in vain.
What makes us any different? We's just as bad as they is. Ain't no difference at all that I can see.
'Cause we only take from the takers, boy. Only from the takers.
town's most
What the heck's
respected
going
business
on?
in
I'll
the shape
tell
of a
you what
common
the problem
bubble
is,
share.
everybody.
You got
Let's
all
go
kinds of
out.
them
Why
by
don't
and be
we
swindled in
stop
broad
taking advantage of our
daylight
finest
while law's
corporate
picking its
citizens?
nose.
Quiet!
Deputy, would you mind closing that bathroom door? Thank you. Now, if y'all can just calm yourselves and stop wailing like a bunch of widows in a lightning storm, the law just might be able to help you out.
I'm sorry, Sheriff, but Mr. Blanchard here has just been taken for $1,000 by two strangers.
$1,000?
Would you hush, boy? Why not just broadcast from the church steeple what an easy mark the poor man is?
Sorry, Sheriff.
You talked to Tom.
Yes, I went out to take possession of the property and pay the balance, but it wasn't him.
It wasn't who?
It wasn't Tom Hill!
Well, if it wasn't Tom Hill, then who the Sam Hills out there milking that man's cow?
Now, Quentin, listen to me. They only said there was Tom Hill and Son, but there wasn't. Why, they had a fake deed to the place and everything.
That's right. One was an older man. The other was kind of young, both pretty skinny. You know, I've been around here for 2 months and I've never seen either one of them before.
What made you think there was the Hills?
Because they said they were. They had a deed. They were willing to take such a low price that I was anxious to close the deal.
Oh. You thought you sealed a real deal on the Hill spread, eh? $1,000 for the Primrose? Man, you was right. Tell me, Mr. Blanchard, was you drunk?
Quentin, it don't make no difference. Now, Mr. Blanchard here is engaging in legal enterprise. Well, now you got this larceny and the lottery to attend to.
I was not drunk and I offered them $4,000, not one.
Mr. Blanchard, Tom Hill turned down $15,000 for his spread just last year. If you think he'd have taken $4,000 for his land, well, I guess there's larceny and then there's larceny.
Who offered them
Quentin, I've heard about enough of this
Amalgamated
now.
Foods?
Your job is to enforce the laws of this community. Now, Mr. Blanchard is a law-abiding citizen and is entitled to the protection of his legitimate business interests. Now, are we clear on that?
All right. All right. I'll find your Tom Hill and Son and bring him to justice. You just leave it to me.
Thank you, Sheriff. Now, see, Mr. Blanchard? Everybody's going to be friends now, right, Quentin? Yes, that's what I like to see. Now, come on, Mr. Blanchard. With Sheriff Beauchamp on the job, why, them crooks is history. Let's go, son. Come on.
Chester, do you know anything about two new fellers in town, a young'un and an old'un?
No, nothing. I ain't heard of anybody no one knows.
Chester, you know old Jasper Stillwell pretty good, right?
Yes.
I swear, I saw him selling something to Ralph Eubanks the other day over by the old sawmill. You wouldn't know nothing about that, would you?
No, probably just paying off some money he owes. He's always hitting people up for money.
Yeah, that's probably it.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Where's the love? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's the love? Well, baby, when I hold you, it makes me feel so good. Darling, I'm gonna love you just like a lover should. When it comes.
Well, how much today, Ambrose?
Well, looks like 300 so far.
Who got the winner?
Jasper. Got $50.
Now, that just looks bad. Everybody knows Jasper's one of us. You guys have got to start being more careful. Sheriff saw Jasper selling tickets to Ralph Eubanks down by the sawmill the other day.
Sheriff saw Jasper. Oh, man.
What the heck is this, Ambrose?
That's a genuine Teisco Del Rey. Old man says give me $300 for it, so I bought it off this kid for 100.
Skinny old man, talks real fast, tall kid, dark hair.
Yeah, that's them, but how did you know?
How long you been waiting now, Ambrose?
Well, since yesterday, but...
Ambrose, do you think he'll be coming back anytime soon? On account of I need to arrest him for swindling Mr. Blanchard out of $1,000.
$1,000.
I don't rightly know, Chester, but I know he do want that here guitar.
Ambrose, you moron, he ain't coming back. Him and that kid are out behind the barn right now counting your money and Mr. Blanchard's. And by the way, Ambrose, where did you find the $100 to buy that guitar?
But they wasn't together, Chester. I mean, he said that...
Ambrose, you didn't use our money to buy that guitar.
I'm sorry, Chester. I just thought I could make us a couple $100 is all.
Whenever you start thinking, we start sliding backwards. So stop thinking before we all wind up in jail. Those two are working this town like a couple of pros. And if the sheriff starts poking around, there ain't no telling what he might find.
Why don't you just arrest him, Chester? I already took us for $8 on that there gasoline.
Took you for $8. That's none of mine neither. No, that old man winds up in jail. He'll start talking his way out. I say we find him again, and this time we bring more help.
I don't know, Chester. That didn't work out too good last time. That kid's pretty strong.
I said we'd bring more help. out by the old canal there, and I have got you now. 'Cause I'm going away and I won't be back till fall.
figured to head north along the Mississippi. Lots of nice river towns up that way. Ought to yield a decent stake for the big city. St. Louis is a great town for the big cowboy. Maybe we'll retire after we squeeze it dry, huh?
Retire to what?
Beach in Florida, a lake in the mountains. Possibilities are endless.
You sure don't sit still for long.
You sit still, you grow roots, boy. You got roots, they hold you down.
Roots make you solid and strong.
Not as strong as this world, son. You can plow it under, cement it over, 40-story buildings on it. And you can see they creep up through the cracks, pushing and prying, pushing the stones and right through the cement. 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. It's all crumbled and gone. Strongest thing there is.
Stronger than God?
God is an idea that man has. When man is gone, so is the idea be gone. This will all still be here. But I gotta admit, oh, Jesus done himself proud going on 2,000 years now. But he ain't seen any of the money.
That ain't proper talk, Mr. Pendergast.
Let's take a walk.
Well, if it ain't the Last Supper. You ain't slipping away this time, boy.
You gonna arrest me, Chester?
Friend, you're gonna wish I had Gooch searching for some more of that money. Thank you. Where's that old man friend of yours? There he is over there! Run on, man, run!
Well, Jesus was a man today. Well, he walked right up to your door and said, "Well, come on in." Would you look the other way, or would you look him in the eye and say, "It's TV changer, can I get you an ice cold beer?" Jesus died for our sins, flying high on an eagle's wing.
Get that old man! He's the one that won!
Head full of dreams, Jesus died for our sins.
Enough, fellow! Get after that old man! And if you don't catch him, don't come back! Down that trail, see? It's a road out of town. Use it. You understand me? Oh, man! You see this? You see your friend here? You're next! I'll find you! Keep running, old man, like the varmint you are, scattering like rats. It's all over now. Hey, what about the kid? Leave him in the canal. Where'd he go? I seen him over here.
Watch where you're swinging that thing.
little trip out west. When she returned, her little Delia had gone to rest. She's one more good rounder gone. Delia, Delia, poor girl, she's gone. Oh, how I hate that she has left me all alone. She's one more good rounder gone. Curly's in the barroom, drinking from a silver cup. Delia's in the graveyard and she may not never wake up. She's all I got.
Bobby! Bobby! Are you okay? Chester? You mean Chester Colfax, the sheriff's deputy? Oh my gosh! Get up, boy!
I can't, my leg.
Here, lean on me. Oh. You got it? Come on. Gotta get you home. My daddy will drive you to a doctor. Then we'll call Sheriff Beauchamp and tell him.
No, please. No doctor. I'll be all right. Listen, let's just get out of here.
Well, you can't even walk. Come back here, boy. You couldn't possibly. Wait a second. What kind of trouble are you in? You know, Sheriff Beauchamp is a good man. He only stands Chester because he's the mayor's nephew.
You don't want to get involved in my problems, Billy. I've done some things wrong. And now I've...
It ain't much different now. The rich take from the poor, the smart take the dumb, and the strong take the weak. What makes us any different? We's just as bad as they is. 'Cause we only take from the takers, boy. Only from the takers.
About time you started coming around. I was starting to think you was dead.
How long has it been?
About 2 days. You got no broken bones, but you got a messed up leg and some bruised ribs. You're gonna be okay, but it's gonna take a while. Try some soup. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, try it now.
That's better. Did you clean me up?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, you was hurt. Here, try some of these. Oh, you're so lucky. They almost killed you.
Is this your farm?
Uh-huh. My family's.
Nobody seen me here while I was unconscious?
Nobody?
Your folks don't know I'm here?
Well, you asked me not to tell them. I have to get back to the house now, but I'll come back to check on you later, okay?
Used to grow wheat all through here. Oh, and barley over there. My daddy had to sell it off bit by bit to make ends meet. I guess they'll do something with it soon. My daddy doesn't like seeing it like this. And most people think it's just weeds. But I like to see how the different colors blow in the wind.
My brothers moved to New Orleans as soon as they were old enough to get jobs. They say there's no future here, and they're probably right. And I may just end up following them.
I can make it go a bit around here.
I mean,
That Blanchard ain't so smart. This is good land. She'll be able to turn some kind of profit on it. My uncles and cousins work farms. My mom's the only one who ever moved to the city. It didn't seem to do her no good.
So, how'd you get mixed up with Chester?
Oh, that's a long story.
Well, we got time.
Well, I was on the run for a while. Then I got mixed up with this feller Pendergast. He ain't no good, I guess. But I just can't seem to think of him as bad either. Him and me. We've been getting by taking Chester and his friends every once in a while.
Well, you ain't the fellas that took Mr. Blanchard by pretending y'all were the Hills, was ya? My daddy thought that was the funniest thing he had ever heard.
Oh, Pendergast. He's an amazing man. Helped me a lot since I knowed him. He sure knows the ways of folks. He can always predict what they're gonna do. Says he only counts cheaters, but sometimes he reminds me of that snake in the garden.
Well, that don't sound like no way to live.
Well, he's been done wrong, that's all. He's trying to protect himself.
Do you agree with him?
About what?
About life and people and all. Do you think he's right?
He's awful right, Billy.
He is not. You've just been running with the wrong kind of folks, Bobby. Heck, I've lived here all my life, and most folks is kind and generous.
Well, I wish that were true. Well, I hope it is, but for right now, I'll be a whole lot safer keeping a lot of folks.
Even me? What? What's the matter?
Somebody might be watching.
Oh, ain't nobody watching.
It ain't right. You don't want to be seen with me.
Why not?
Billy, I'm on the run from the law. You best want nothing to do with me.
Can't I decide that for myself? Bobby, look. You gonna spend the rest of your life running from everybody? Cheating everyone? Expecting the worst out of people? Living in boxcars? Think that old man's so smart? Take a good look at him. Cause that's gonna be you old and on the run with no family or nothing.
We're going to tell you can come to the plate. Things ain't looking too good for the Colt 45s. Perez leading off. Pitch.
I don't know.
Strike one.
I don't think those boys have it this year.
Not this year, no.
Perez back to first. Johnny Bench on deck.
Let's start somewhere.
Stand up.
Sheriff! Oh, hello, Ray.
1 and 1 out.
Fine, fine. Yeah, Emma too. So, how's things up at the courthouse?
Ball two.
No, Anonymous John himself. Well, he's busted out of near every jail in the South. No. Headed this way?
Perez back safely.
Well, I had some trouble with folks losing their money to some kind of bunco, but it's been going on a lot longer than last week. I had one incident, though. Sounds more like his line of work. Yeah, I sure will, Ray. Hey, don't you worry. If Anonymous John sets up shop here in Robeline, we'll find him all right. Yeah, that's right. Hey, you listen now. You and the missus, you better stop by for dinner next time y'all out this way. You hear? Yeah. All right, goodbye.
So what's this about Anonymous John?
Well, that was Ray up at Natchitoches County Sheriff's Office. Seems like Anonymous John busted out of their jail last week, headed this way.
That old man still at it? Well, he's wanted in every state in the South. Say, that explains what happened to Blanchard, don't it?
Oh, maybe, but this lottery thing don't sound like him. It's been going on for months now. And he just busted out of jail this week.
Seems like the law been chasing him around since I was a puppy.
Chasing? Catch him maybe, but nobody hold him for long.
Oh no, not you, Pendergast. Every time we get together, well, I'm the one that gets beat up.
No broken bones? I've been watching you and that girl.
They never found you?
By rights they found me. They were just too ignorant to notice. I found the ignorant just tend to attract around the law.
Well, so what are you doing still hanging around here? They're looking for you hard.
Why? Why, son? I'm hers. We were a team, and a darn good one at that. I was waiting around because I had hoped you would come along to St. Louis with me.
Not me, Pendergast. I've pulled my last heist.
Now, Robert, you've got unfinished business to clear up, and it's going to take a serious job to stake your next move. Or were you planning on living in that barn for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I know. That's just what I was out here thinking about.
Bobby, if you got some idea about staying here and settling down with that little girl, okay, I can understand that. But don't go in there and throw yourself to Chester's tender mercies. Make it end on your terms.
I don't know what my terms are. Situation's different now. I'm so tired of this, running and sneaking around. Can't I just live normal for a while? Walk to the soda shop without having to worry that someone's waiting for me around the next corner?
No, son, you can't. You either stay here and duke it out, or you get on your horse and ride out of town.
I ain't running no more.
Then you've got to turn around and face the music. Now, boy. There's no settling down till it's all over. Until Blanchard, Chester, all his cronies, till all the takers get what's coming to them. It's got to be ended, boy. And I know how we can do it.
I've been doing a lot of thinking lately.
Oh, yeah? Me too.
You have? About what?
Well, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do when I come out here one morning and find you gone.
What did you decide?
I decided that I'd lock the door each night and keep the key on a little chain around my neck. Well, that way you can never leave.
Could you lock all my problems out with that same key? Billy, look. Tomorrow I gotta do something, and if it goes well, I can get out of this barn and we can talk about us if you want.
What's something? Bobby, what you gotta do?
Don't worry none, Billy. Well, I'll be all right. I'll be better, in fact.
It's that old man again, isn't it? You've got some scam going with that old man, don't you? I'll fix you all up and you're gonna go get mashed up again. You know, if Chester catches you...
It ain't like that, Billy. Pendergast is just gonna help me tie off some loose ends is all. And then it's over.
You got to believe me.
You got no sense at all. Do you know that? The only reason that old man keeps you around is so they don't get their hands on him. You go back with him and you're going to end up right where you started. No good con man like him.
I'm sorry, Billy. I just have to do this before we can talk about any kind of future. After tomorrow night, I'm out of it. I promise. Trust me, Billy. I know what I'm doing.
They keep it in that safe. They usually sit in there till about midnight, 1 o'clock, drinking, playing cards. I've been watching them for a while. There must be $1,000 in that safe.
Yeah, but that safe must weigh a quarter ton. We need a safe cracker. Right, Pendergast? We need someone who knows how to open safes.
Antonio, San Antonio, San Antonio, San Antonio.
I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
Oh, you love it. Okay, pop this window and I'll get in.
What if they forgot something?
Quiet, boy. I can't hear the tumblers.
The drunk one! He's coming back!
The drunk one? How close is he?
What do you mean? He's closer and closer!
We'll take just enough from each envelope to get them suspecting each other. With some left over for the sheriff to find out Chester when the jig is up.
Pendergast, darn you, we've got company. If they find us now, they're gonna kill us.
We gotta take our chances, kid.
Maybe he's got a key. He works here. Pendergast, he's probably got a key.
Maybe he doesn't have a key. He's drunk.
I'm just here to pick my baby out of jail. Earl! Earl! Me gooch! I left my wallet in there. Come on, Earl. Open up, man.
Easiest thing in the world, Bobby, is to turn dishonest men against each other.
Well, then, you must have left the safe open, Earl. Now, that don't make no sense. Who'd break in here and take just a little bit of money? Sounds to me like someone's been pinching it, little bit by bit, out of each one. I swear to God, you accusing me of taking that money, Earl? I'll plant my fist so far down your throat. Ain't no one but you and me got the combo. And I know I didn't take it.
$20 missing from each envelope, best I can tell. But why would Earl tell us about it if he took it? That don't make sense, Chester.
Are you sure there's still 2 envelopes down at the bar?
No, I'm just saying that if 2 full envelopes is missing, could be Ambrose didn't turn them in yet.
Well, I don't know, Earl. Maybe you're just smarter than we've been thinking.
Why, looky here, Chester.
What?
It weren't Earl that took our money.
Hey, Chester, nice car. We're taking it down for a test drive by the river, see if it floats.
My sweetheart is gone and I'm so lonely. She said she's not through. So I started out drinking for pastime, driving nails in my coffin over you.
Them's the guys that took Ambrose for $100. And they rolled you, Mr. Blanchard. And they've been running that numbers racket, too. And I got them. Looks like you're writing, boy.
You just calm down, Chester.
But Sheriff, we got him.
Back of the car, boys. I'll handle it. Well, I sure would like to thank y'all for your help, but I'm not so sure I shouldn't run y'all in. Mr. Pendergast, could you come here for a minute? Mr. Pendergast, as I'm sure you realize, there's a warrant for your arrest in 5 states, including this one. And although I have no proof, I'll make it 2 to 1 that you and Mr. Taylor here pulled that little job on Mr. Blanchard. But as I look around this cozy little group, I don't see 2 folks I shouldn't run in, including my own deputy. You fellas, you took honest people's money for worthless tickets. Mr. Blanchard here, he used the law to take honest folks' land. And the mayor, he'd sell the whole town just to get himself reelected. Mr. Pendergast, now I'm looking at you right now, but I don't see you. And all the rest of today, if I look at you, I still won't see you. But come tomorrow morning, if I look at you then, I will see you. And if I see you, well, I still got my duty to do.
Thank you kindly, Sheriff.
Hey, Sheriff. You mind if I stick around for a while?
I suppose that'd be fine. Watch out for that upholstery. That's public property.
It ain't gonna be very easy for you, boy.
I'll take my chances.
Just like the rest of us.
So what are you gonna do, Pendergast?
Well, the customs of civilization never held much appeal to me. I like my freedom too much. Besides, there are too many people want me in a jail cell.
So where are you gonna go?
St. Louis.